Howdy, it's Tuesday, April... Can you actually hear the fan in the background? Should I turn that off? Because it is so hot in this room.
Yeah, I can hear it. Howdy, fan.
I'll turn it off. Howdy, it's Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019, and this is episode 97 of Due for a Win, the Atlantic City and Casino Biz podcast. I'm Kyle Askin, joined, as always, by Craig Stone. What's good, Craig?
Two things that are not good. The first of which being my sports betting. I knew I'd jinx it, and I jinxed it. I lost my very next bet, which seemed like a very safe over on the Orioles. I think it was Dylan Bundy pitching. It was like 2.7 ERA pitchers. The game ended 4-2. Anyways, nobody cares about that. The other thing is we're never going to AC again. I think that's probably been established.
Yeah. So I know we mentioned, I believe, May 2nd on the last episode, but it sounds like you cannot get off work. So we're going to try to push back towards the end of May, probably after Memorial Day.
Right. Yeah, just too many. I basically took like half of the last 3 weeks off for various kid-related illnesses. So I'm feeling like I should actually show my face in the office a little bit.
Meh.
Yeah. It doesn't help that I'm now getting scheduled for like 8,000 doctor's appointments for myself to fix my various illnesses that we've talked about on the show.
But that's half the charm, Craig.
Maybe they will
actually go
fix
away.
Them.
What are we going to talk about?
I don't know, but it would be interesting if I actually, didn't feel sick all the time. That'd be nice.
Our meetups would be a lot less interesting without you getting violently ill during them.
Yeah. Interesting.
It gives us something to talk about.
Yeah. Anyways, episode 97. So 1997, lots of stuff happened. The Atlantic City Convention Center opened at a cost of $268 million. The Centurion Tower at Caesars opened. Still one of my favorites. I didn't realize it was 22 years old now. The Marina Tower opened at Harrah's, which, just think for a second about the fact that the Marina Tower and the Centurion Tower are the same age.
Yes, one is aged much better than the other, and I don't even really like the Centurion Tower, but it sure is better than the Marina Tower.
Trump's Castle was renamed the Trump Marina, and the Wild Wild West Casino, in all its animatronic glory, opened in 1997.
Rest in peace, Virginia City Buffet.
And Prospector, and various singing cowgirls. Oh, yes.
Guthrie's.
Ah, man. The only real remnant, I feel, is... I can't even remember what it's called. I was going to call it Coyote Kate's, but Coyote Kate's is the fake name for the slot parlor, right?
Yes.
What's the breakfast place? Has hot dogs, I think. Has a
Isn't
window
that
out to
Guthrie's?
the boardwalk. No, it's not Guthrie's.
I don't know.
Somebody's going to call us idiots for not remembering.
I could deal with that.
Yeah,
Somebody's going to leave a 1-star review with the title, Due for a Refund.
Yeah.
Oh, that's already happened. Never mind.
Here's your money back. 1897, Doc's Oyster House opened. So it's not quite as big as, Impressive AC starting or the Boardwalk.
Isn't it, though?
It's pretty good. I mean, the fact that it's 122
good.
years old is pretty amazing.
Let's just say when I go to Doc's Oyster House, they don't make me answer a 15-question survey to get in the door.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Also, if you go 10 times, you can't go again for the rest of the month.
Until the end of the month.
Support your local journalism, by the way. Support it.
I hear that our friends at Route 40 are always looking for donations.
That's true.
I'm definitely all for supporting them. So I have a quiz for you, Craig. We're going to get to the numbers later this episode, but in my research for putting together all the casinos' incomes, their income statements for 2018, I have a few names of the actual companies that these casinos are called or kind of run by. And I just want to quiz you and see if you know which casino is which. So I will tell you the company name and you tell me which casino it is.
These are casinos from
Atlantic City. from open in 2018.
Oh, current casinos. Okay.
Yeah. Boardwalk 1000 LLC.
Boardwalk 1000. They run a casino.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the casinos. Yes, that is the company that runs one of the casinos.
Ocean?
That is not correct. So I will tell you what it is. That is the address of the property.
Yeah, I would have figured.
And it's 1000 Boardwalk, and it's the Hard Rock.
Oh, really?
Yes, Boardwalk 1000 LLC. All right, I'll give you an easier one. Boardwalk Regency LLC.
Caesars.
Yes, of course.
So why are these LLCs? I mean, we all know that like Caesars Entertainment owns Caesars. Like, what is the reason that these things exist as named as they do?
I don't know. I am not a person who puts together kind of big deals and figures out who owns what, but it's probably always good to separate out as many of your assets into their own thing as possible, just at least from like a liability perspective, right?
Sure.
I mean, if something terrible happens at Caesars, you probably can only go after Boardwalk Regency LLC's assets and
That's
not CET's.
Certainly true.
That would be my guess, but I really have no idea. There's probably some of our listeners that do kind of corporate law or corporate structuring that would know better than we would.
Okay.
All right, I'll give you a softball. 10 Re ACNJ LLC.
Okay, so that's Ocean.
Yes, right.
So it's
still called 10 officially. Yes,
that's hilarious.
And kind of the hardest one for me, DGMB Casino LLC.
DGMB.
Yes.
I feel like those letters, I should be able to connect the dots and make them mean something.
I'll help you out and say you probably shouldn't, but
I'm just going to guess Golden Nugget.
Nah, it's resorts. So DGMB is Dennis Gomes and Morris Bailey, who I guess are the two owners of resorts.
Sure, Dennis Gomes. I do know that name at least. Anyways.
And then, so all the other casinos are named like,
Tropicana,
Risino and Casort LLC or like whatever.
Trop World Entertainment Resort.
I'll give you one more, and this should be a pretty easy one. So before August 1st, 2016, there was a casino called Marina District Development Company LLC.
Marina District Development Company?
LLC.
Okay.
Do you know what that was and why the name changed? August 1st, 2016.
Golden Nugget?
No, that was Borgata. And the name changed when MGM bought out Boyd.
Interesting.
And took over. Because, that's the company that MGM and Boyd both had 50% stakes in. And then when MGM bought them out, they just renamed it to like Borgata Casino and Resort or whatever it's called now.
Huh.
So, anyway, that was what I got to discover reading through financial statements. I thought it was interesting.
Sounds like a fun job reading through those things.
It's, gives me something to do late at night.
Some bedtime reading.
Yeah.
Some light reading.
Yes, I do have to say, definitely call out to the state of New Jersey for changing their accounting rules and totally messing up all the past income statements we had, and basically had to delete all the old ones other than last year and this year. But that's fine. Our spreadsheet lives on
forever.
Yes,
spreadsheet.
All right,
forever.
Let's get into some news.
Well, there's a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
So New Jersey Transit rail service to Atlantic City, which was scheduled to resume the Thursday before Memorial Day.
That's right.
Is actually going to resume on May 12th, 2 weeks ahead of schedule, and they're going to add, I think, 2 more trains in the morning. So added service and opening early, huge win for everyone. Although, as Route 40 pointed out on Twitter, this is a total PR win to make everyone forget that it was supposed to reopen in January and is still 4 months behind. But, hey, better early than late. Well, better early late than late. We'll go with that.
So,
geez.
It was originally scheduled, well, as you said, it was originally scheduled to open in January, but the date that they announced a couple months ago was May 24th, which was the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. So I think you're the one that called it that date was just put out there, and you said you wouldn't have been surprised if they opened early, and here we are. So I know I gave you a shout out on the Facebook group, but good job, Craig.
What can I say? Sometimes I randomly pull things out of my ass that happen to be correct.
So anyway, that's good for people, especially people who tend to use the train to either commute to and from work, either from Atlantic City into towards Philadelphia, or from the outlying areas in New Jersey or Philly into Atlantic City.
Yep.
And also the people who live in and around Philadelphia that take the train just to come down and visit.
Yeah, man. Get more people to Atlantic City.
Yeah, always good.
You know what would get more people to Atlantic City?
An airport?
That too. But an airport, a functional airport, that's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
What might not be a pipe dream is being able to drink on the boardwalk.
So this is something that I feel like it's come up every single summer since we've been doing the podcast, right? Does that seem right to you?
Certainly last summer.
It was definitely a few summers. I don't think it was just one, but it's come up yet again, and we'll see what happens yet again. I mean, we've had high hopes in the past, and we've both been on the record as being very much for it. I think it would be great. I mean, I think it wouldn't really change too much because there's already plenty of drinking on the boardwalk, but it'd be nice for it to be official.
I don't think the concerns really have a lot of merit. It doesn't seem like people are raising a whole lot of concerns right now about it. The big thing, it was proposed in the state Senate. It still needs to go through the Senate and the Assembly. It seems like another companion bill is going to be introduced in the Assembly in May. And then even if all that passes and everything, the CRDA would actually need to adopt a resolution to allow it, which, seems odd that even through, the state legislative bodies make a law, the CRDA still has the final say. But I guess that's just Atlantic City for you.
Yeah, it's Atlantic City.
But I don't know. I mean, I would be surprised if this happens in any sort of haste. Like, I don't think Memorial Day weekend people are going to be drinking on the boardwalk, but
I mean, I actually think they will be.
Well, legally, I mean.
Right.
Yes, that's a good point. Right now, there are people drinking on the boardwalk. Yeah, but I'm optimistic about sometime this summer, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you should be optimistic or not, given that this isn't the first time we've seen this, but I will hope.
Yeah, so the last time that this came up, it was just the city council saying that they would, support it. And that didn't really mean anything. That was just like hey, think about this. Right? Like, the city council doesn't really have the power to do this. So, let's see.
We've talked at great length about it in the past, and, my stance has always been look, you want to be the world's playground? You at least need drinking on the boardwalk, right?
Yeah.
You need something to get the people there.
That's true.
I think it could only help. But it would help more? An airport. With flights that actually come in that aren't Spirit.
Yeah.
All right, so we have perhaps the first tenant ever in, I don't know if that's true or not, in the Toll Brothers owned property next to the old Trump Plaza. Is that true? Are they the first?
I believe they are.
And that's been there for 10 years or something, right? The retail space?
No, a few years.
No.
It opened since we started the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that new?
Remember we talked about it and we were like, it's probably going to be a brewery or something. Yeah, man. That's reasonably recent.
Right.
And it's sat empty.
I mean, our podcast has been going for 4 years, so it's not that recent. But
it got purchased in 2005, but they didn't finish it, I think, until maybe, 3 years ago or something, or 4 years ago. I think it was pretty early in the podcast, but
these things take time. It's perfectly normal for your retail space that's brand new to just sit there for 3 years.
Dead center on the boardwalk. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an arcade there. It's called Al's Arcade. It's operated by the same company that runs the arcade on Steel Pier, which I've actually walked through.
I've never seen it.
It's a little bit dingy, but that's sort of to be expected. This one looks pretty shiny and new, which, it is shiny and new, so that's not surprising. But I feel like the sign that said arcade has been on that building for a year, and now it's finally open. But
it's happening.
Still, that little thing is 160,000 square feet of retail space, and the rest of it is empty, which is not the best, I would say.
It's not the greatest. Not the greatest situation for Toll Brothers.
No. Who knows?
Or Atlantic City.
Maybe we'll have some T-shirt shops, some head shops.
I suspect that the T-shirt shops will not be able to afford rent there.
Yeah.
And that is why it has sat empty.
I'm going to get a styrofoam boogie board.
I know it's something I brought up in a past episode, but for a lot of those things, like one of the kind of strange things about commercial real estate is that for the most part, companies are not willing to negotiate at all on rent, and they'll negotiate on everything else, every other part of a deal, but rent, like the rate, is something that for the most part is not really negotiable.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And I suspect that this arcade will be open for the 3 months of the summer and then shut down, and that's how they're kind of getting around it. But I don't know. It seemed to me, reading the article, like they may have also had a bit of a relationship with Bruce Toll. I mean, it's named after Bruce Toll's father, I believe.
Wow, you're right. Okay.
That made me suspect that they have some sort of other relationship. So
BET Principal owns the arcade, I think.
Yeah. They own the property, I think, and AmeriGames runs the...
Okay, the article's a little confusing. Anyways, that's... I didn't make the connection. All right. Yeah. Okay. You are correct. So, yes, there seems to be a very tight relationship between...
Yes, the arcade
and
Bruce Toll
Brothers.
Owns Toll Brothers.
Yep.
Who owns that property.
Interesting stuff. So maybe they'll just fill out the entire property with...
stuff that Bruce Toll, people who know him.
Bruce's Fudge and Taffy Shop.
Yeah?
Yeah, just do it. It's perfect.
It's hard to go against Steele's Fudge, though.
Steele's Fudge is the best fudge.
Difficult to compete with.
Yeah.
But you like that turtle fudge?
I do.
Or whatever.
They might be able to compete with, I forget which one, Frailinger's or James's.
Yeah.
Went bankrupt, I think. Still operating, pretty sure. I hope I'm not totally wrong about that. Maybe they were in danger of going bankrupt.
It's fine. People don't listen to us for the news, so you have a lot of leeway.
Yeah, that's true.
So do we want to talk about some ocean things?
November 2018, they filed for Chapter 11. Frailinger's.
Well,
James, which is the maker of Frailinger's, same company.
Yeah. And they are the old one. They're like the iconic.
Yes, yeah, like the first
brand
one.
in Atlantic City, right? Yeah.
Also filing for bankruptcy, by the way, not in our agenda. The bread company that makes the bread for White House.
Oh, for Micah Brothers.
For Micah Brothers. But still operating. I think someone else is like taking them over and still going to operate for Micah Brothers. So like the name will continue.
I didn't know that. You should have told me. It would have made me sad. You should have let me know.
So, I don't know. Anybody who goes to White House religiously, let us know if the bread changes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people like at White House, right? That's what they're known for, is the Formica Brothers bread, I think.
Yeah.
And the ridiculous amount of meat on the subs.
Sure.
So, I guess there's been a bunch of ocean news, so I guess we can handle it all at once. But the first and kind of biggest news that came out the day after we recorded the last episode was that Bruce Dyfek, who we've talked about quite a bit on the podcast, passed away back in Denver. So it sounds like, at least what I read at the time, the circumstances of his death were it was in a low-speed one-car accident driving home from a Rockies game, and it seemed like the thought was that he may have had a medical condition while driving. I don't know. Has there been more that's come out about it that you've seen since then?
Not that I've seen, which is a little surprising. I mean, it's not like he's a huge celebrity. Just in case you have not listened to the show at all up to this point, Bruce Dyfek purchased the what was then 10 from Glenn Straub, put a bunch of money into it, opened it as Ocean, and then just recently, within the last 3 months or so, was shown the door by the hedge fund that owned a big stake in Ocean. So he was back in Denver, and that happened. So I'll link to an Amy Rosenberg article that talks about it, and also just has a lot of other information interspersed in the stuff about his death, including that he was due to appear in front of New Jersey regulators like 3 days later about sexual harassment allegations against him, and they were considering stripping his casino license, which, I mean, he was gone from the casino at that point anyway, so wouldn't have really meant a lot. But Stuff that I don't think we had really heard about. I don't know if it was public knowledge before this, but just interesting and kind of makes you wonder how that plays into his ouster.
Him leaving the casino. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. Yeah, it was something that just wasn't out there in the public beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, feels a little bit scuzzy to speculate about that now, obviously given the circumstances. But yeah, kind of crazy that came out. He was 64 years old, so yeah, not a particularly old guy.
Nope. So anyway, Ocean also is changing their name. They're no longer the Ocean Resort and Casino, but the Ocean Casino and Resort, or the Ocean Casino Resort. Basically, what they came out and said is that they really want to put the casino first, and they want to market it that way, that the casino is the important part here and not the resort. So what else do you have to say about this, or what else have they said?
Well, I'm really sad that it's not the Orc anymore.
Yes.
OCR is just not the same. Of course, everybody calls it Ocean. I would say 75% of people actually call it Oceans for reasons that I can't understand. Yes. But they did tweet some PR stuff, and I love to read PR stuff. So
here, I'm ready.
Ocean is making several improvements, beginning with a shift in focus. We are a casino first. To reflect this, we are kicking it off with a new name. Ocean Resort Casino is now Ocean Casino Resort. So that also came with a new logo, which I don't know. I'll link to. It's everywhere on all their social media, Facebook, Twitter, and everything. Their website, the last time I checked, still had the old logo. And, of course, the building still has the old logo. The chips still have the old logo. So there's a lot of old logos still to go around. Oh, so the left side of the website, top left, has the new logo. The chip on the right side for Play Online has the building logo, which the color, the blue and the greenish blue, do not match at all. Anyways, so the new logo is basically just like a sort of brushstrokey teal green script. The main app I work on at my job uses the same exact color as the logo, and that is throwing me for a little bit. Not that anyone cares about that. So what they said about the logo is that our new logo reflects the approachability of the brand, the casual elegance of the property, and constant movement towards the future. That's some really good PR language.
Is it? Or is it kind of terrible PR language?
It's the same thing. The color and movement is a direct echo of the ocean. They're laying it on extra thick there, Kyle.
Yeah, that's a thing.
What do you think of the logo?
It's fine. It doesn't bother me.
I think it's very boring.
It's pretty dull. I mean, it's uninteresting. I don't think it's that easy to read, honestly.
Oh, I don't really have that problem so much. It's funny though, like with the new logo now, I see the old logo and I'm immediately like, that old logo is old, even though it's only 8 months old or something.
Is it like the old logo though, with the awful kerning?
No,
our favorite logo.
That one's great. It will always be the Ak and to me. So I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's one of those things like nobody's going to really notice.
No one cares. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just like no one's going to care that they changed it from the Ocean Resort Casino to the Ocean Casino Resort.
Do they change the logo on the building, though? Like, they just put that up. Can't be cheap. I'm going to guess they don't. But they should.
Yeah, I doubt it.
They could. I guess the workaround there would just be to take the building-shaped E down and put up a normal E. Probably have to do a little bit of shifting of text for that to work.
Yeah.
That sounds really expensive.
You probably just have to change the whole thing.
Yeah. They should put up the the crazy Borgata style lettering that does stuff. That's what they should do. And get rid of the ball on top. Except they keep marketing the ball. They marketed it with an April Fool's joke. They marketed it again for Easter, talking about now it's an egg. And had a bunch of different pastel colors as if that's what people wanted to see.
You gotta be known for something.
I guess. Big, weird golf ball. It's like a mini Epcot up there. That would get a couple friends we know to go, although those friends are also gamblers. So
yeah, they go anyway.
Anyways, is that it on logo and name change?
I think that's enough. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything. It just is.
Hey, it shows signs of changes that these hedge fund, truly an angel investor with all of our best interests in mind, as they move toward making it a profitable company.
So speaking of hedge funds
and angel investors,
our friend Carl Icahn has successfully managed,
Best friend, love him.
Yeah, best friend of the podcast, Carl Icahn, successfully got his preferred selection, Tony Rodeo, in as the new Caesars CEO.
So they needed to appoint a CEO that he approved of by like Monday, I think. So, or else give him another seat on the board. So this was a CEO that he approved of, which is better for him than another seat on the board. But anyways,
I mean, what point does the board have if not just to try to pick the CEO? So
what do you think about Tony Rodeo as the CEO of Caesars Entertainment?
So just for people who aren't really familiar with Tony Rodeo, he was kind of most recently to Atlantic City followers, the head of the Tropicana Casino when it was owned by Carl Icahn. So a lot of history there. He's also been an exec at Harrah's, Trump Marina, and the AC Hilton. So plenty of history in Atlantic City. I don't know. I think it's probably better than the last CEO.
Hertz guy.
Yeah, the Hertz guy.
Mark
the car rental guy.
Yeah. What about the CEO before? A legend in the field, Gary Loveman.
The legend among business school professors.
Hey, we both have MBAs. We're like legally required to love him, or they come take our diplomas and just light him on fire.
I mean, I don't know what your actual feeling on Loveman is. I personally think he was fine. I think he did a lot of really, really good stuff for them and was ahead of his time in a lot of ways. I think his decision not to get involved in Macau is probably the thing he's most going to be known for. Kind of unfortunately for him, but I thought Loveman was perfectly okay.
I think he did some great things. I think he was at the helm when some truly ridiculous things happened, such as, I think his most egregious thing was just the crazy buying spree. Well, obviously the Macau thing, but the crazy buying spree.
Going private, right at the height of the market.
Yeah, and also, when they were Harrah's, before changing the name to Caesars, they went on this just absurd buying spree of strip properties of, every low to, lower mid-tier property they could get their hands on. And that's how you end up with Imperial Palace, and I forget what else is in that group. Just a ton of strip frontage, which, strip frontage is great, except, when I think of CET properties on the strip, there are only a couple that I think are even sort of nice. And so, anyways,
what about Rio? That's strip adjacent.
Yeah, sure. It's great. Kind of. Everybody loves Rio. Listen to the Vegas podcast.
It's officially the due for a win pick for Las Vegas casinos to stay at if you want to get norovirus.
Yes. Yeah, Rio, I don't know. I remember going to Rio 7 years ago and thinking it's fine. It looks nice enough.
I've stayed at Rio.
Apparently it is in some dire straits in terms of disrepair and just stuff closed. When I stayed there, it was probably 10 years ago, but I thought it was perfectly nice. The location sucks. The location's awful. Yeah.
It's bad. So the reason I went to Vegas that time was to see a MMA fight at Palms, and Rio's actually a great place to stay if you want to go to Palms because it's right across the street, but it's certainly not great for seeing the rest of the Strip.
Yeah. So, Tony Rodeo, he obviously has experience running actual casino companies, which Resort did not, and really even Loveman didn't. He consulted for Caesars in a significant capacity before he was named CEO. But yeah, he was at Tropicana, not just Tropicana AC, but Tropicana Entertainment, which owned several other casinos now. Part of El Dorado Resorts. That was when he left Tropicana. Then he was at Affinity Gaming for all of 6 months before coming to Caesars. Although, obviously, when you get the call from the largest casino company in the country,
yeah, right. It seems like a no-brainer.
Affinity Gaming is just not quite going to cut it. I think obviously Caesars as a whole, it's probably good for them. You would think it's good for AC because he knows the market, but I don't see how Caesars is going to be at the forefront for him still. Like, AC is going to be at the forefront for him.
Yeah, it won't.
Because,
I mean, it can't be if he's doing a good job.
Yeah, like, so much of their property is in Vegas and elsewhere, and probably a lot of their most profitable properties are in random places in states where there's not a ton of gambling. I don't know. But I'm going to guess that, yeah, their brand is very tied into Vegas in a way that that's always going to be the focus. So who knows if he throws AC a bone and, actually does some real renovations at Bally's and Caesars. But
I suspect he will not do renovations at Bally's.
I mean, Carl Icahn put a bunch of money into Tropicana.
Yeah.
Turned it into a winner. Sold it.
Closed the Taj. I'll tell you who's not excited about Tony Rodeo being named the CEO. Bob McDevitt.
Oh, boy.
I read some articles about Bob McDevitt, for those of you who don't know, is the kind of local union. I believe Union 54 is the big casino workers union. Is that right?
Yeah. Local 54, Unite Here, or whatever it is. Yep.
Yeah. And he did not seem to be excited by this turn of events. Anything about it, of course, they famously had a huge fight, the union and Carl Icahn, at the Taj, which kind of led to the closing of the Taj Mahal. So Bob McDevitt, in the interviews I've seen, does not seem excited by this turn of events, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the news a decent amount lately because he's also trying to get, I think, the state to protect workers, or at least the union, in terms of hedge funds running casinos and, making decisions that hedge funds like to make, such as cutting expenses on employees. It's a very
Carl Icahn.
popular way to increase profit. Yeah, Carl Icahn. Yeah, so I'm sure he's feeling a little bit nervous about who's owning what in Atlantic City right now, but
yeah,
not our place to worry about that.
So,
well, maybe it is our place a little bit.
It's our job. It's how we make all the sweet Patreon money.
It is.
I think, so we've had, since the last episode, 2 pieces of data have come out. We've had both the March revenue data and the 2018 annual profitability kind of income statement data come out. I think we should only talk about one this episode, and we'll talk about the other one next episode. So which one do you want to talk about, Craig?
The March data, I mean, if we don't get to the March data now, it's going to be April. I mean, it's going to be May before we talk about it, right? So let's do March data.
Okay. Let me pull up the appropriate form on the spreadsheet here. All right.
Go ahead. What's behind door
talk
number
about
1? It was data. The data was data. It was, up 15.7% year over year resort wide, which...
Just like last month?
Yeah. So close to last month. Percentage-wise, last month was 15.66. The numbers feel kind of similar across the board. Like, the people who were up year over year were up, them being Caesars and resorts. The people who were down significantly Harris. And, a lot of people in sort of that 5 to 10 range. Borgata was only down 1.4%. So I don't know. I feel very neutral about these numbers. I don't have a lot to say about any of it, except that, I mean, clearly, you said the bet was done after February. Like, now, the bet is definitely done. I guess, Hard Rock and Ocean are probably more interesting than anybody else here.
Yeah, I don't think Ocean is especially interesting. I think they're kind of in line with what you would expect, given their first other couple months, which is to say it's horribly disappointing compared to probably what they thought it was going to be. Hard Rock seems to be rebounding nicely off of just their awful January.
Yeah, 20 is again like 24.6 is actually probably not that. That's probably a good sign for them, I think, because they saw in they were in the low 30s in the summer, but they were 25 in September, and I would have thought September would be better than March. So yeah, hopefully we're seeing signs of movement in the right direction for them.
I'll say generally the numbers pretty good. I think we said February was also pretty good. I think 15-16% year over year. That's like pretty reasonable for Atlantic City for having 2 extra casinos open. I think that wouldn't have been terribly disappointing for Atlantic City watchers kind of coming into two new casinos opening. So it was up about a little over $30 million over last year. And the two new casinos made just about $40 million. So that means the rest of the casinos were down about $10 million.
Yeah, split over 7 casinos. That seems...
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I would say, I don't think either of us thought that 100% of the money going to Hard Rock and Ocean would be new money. So that seems pretty good. 3/4 of it basically being effectively increased profit.
Yeah.
Harrah's continues to interest me in how much of a hit that they're taking because they're the chosen Caesars property in AC. It's kind of weird.
Right.
They've had fallen behind Tropicana a bunch of times, but they've kind of been around each other a lot, and again, now they're a little bit behind them. So I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that Tropicana has really established itself as seemingly the number 2 property in AC. Hard Rock is what, 4th here? Like, they're creeping up there.
Yeah, I mean, of course, if you told them they were going to be 4th, they would have been very sad coming into this situation. But
yeah, I'm interested to see
where they started. And they're not far behind here as a Trop. I think it's honestly it's reasonable to expect that they might not pass Trop, but I think they will be beating Harrah's in the summer. That'll be my prediction for sure. Because I know the boardwalk properties end up benefiting a lot more during the summer than the
obviously. I mean, we've sort of repeitedly eaten some crow about the prediction that Hard Rock would beat Borgata at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a month where they come in second, just like luck goes their way and doesn't go some other places' way, and they end up in second. So, I mean, that's good, but they are not, making profit based on their ranking, right? Like, if they make $26 million income in second versus $26 million income in 5th, like, it doesn't make a difference to them. So, it's more interesting for us than I think for actual meaning.
So I think a couple of interesting points now that we're done Q1. Like you said, Harrah's, they're kind of the big drop. They're the biggest drop by far. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's like just weakness in the conference business because I think that drives a lot of them. I'm not really sure. Resorts, the only Q1 winner year over year, and they're up 10%, but it was from a pretty low number to a still not very high number. So I don't know how interesting that is. And then I think it's solidified in stone. Bally's has been the lowest earner all 3 months of Q1, and I think it kind of completes the drop, and it would have been unthinkable, I think, if you'd asked us 5 years ago, is Bally's going to just consistently be the lowest earning casino? It would have seemed impossible, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to look at some old data and see where they ranked. I mean, they were never in the top 2 or whatever. They were up there, but they were, right around.
They were right there with Tropicana like 5 years ago.
Yeah, so I think ahead of Tropicana by a lot in 2012, 2013 when Tropicana was kind of struggling.
Yep.
So things do shift a lot over time, but it's a pretty shocking fall for them just given their location and given the sort of history that they have in AC and the brand recognizability and all that stuff. Ocean is interesting to me. It's not up some huge amount, and it's kind of in line with the other properties, I think, in terms of like month over month and everything, which, month over month is not great, but we don't have year over year data because they weren't open in March of 18. But
up infinity.
Yeah, really great gains.
Wow, that'd be the best gains we've ever seen.
But I do wonder how much business they did by virtue of having the biggest and nicest sports book in Atlantic City in March. But I don't know if the numbers really bear that out in terms of gambling revenue. Although
I learned something about it in April when there's not college basketball. I mean, I guess there is still technically, but it's towards the end of it.
So we did see $11.4 million of sports revenue, actual revenue in March, meaning actual take. A lot of times the sports stuff gets reported as not the revenue, but like the take, meaning, I think I already said the take, but I used the term wrong, meaning like how much money they brought in bets, ignoring how much they paid out, like how much bet money was actually wagered, which doesn't really mean a whole lot. Like obviously the revenue is the meaningful thing. Online gaming up 53% from last year. So $39.1 million in the month in online gaming. So, total revenue, including online and sports, resort-wide is now up 25% instead of, what did we say, 15%? So, the online, we talked about this last couple months, online and sports really driving stuff and sort of making all the numbers look really good. So one thing that I am wondering, I know I already pitched this about Ocean, but just in terms of sports wagering being a draw, I do really wonder if the availability of sports wagering on your phone, which is how I do it, makes you more likely to then be like, oh, hey, there's blackjack here, and then jump over and play blackjack or slots or whatever. And I know in DraftKings...
Probably.
So DraftKings, I think there was an article in... Oh, geez, I hope it was Play NJ. I think I linked to it in a previous show notes, but talking about how DraftKings had basically built this juggernaut, not so surprisingly in sports betting, but was also making a killing in things like slots and online table games and stuff like that. Because, you open DraftKings and you go to place a bet, and then there's like, oh, hey,
one of the things
you can bet on, it's like in the quick links, it's like, do you want to bet on MLB, auto racing, tennis, blackjack? And it's like, oh, I can just click this and play blackjack. And if you scroll to the bottom, it shows you like screenshots of games that you can be playing. So it's like very easy to just click over and bet some of your funds that you have in the app already in other stuff. So I do wonder if I think a lot of people who were not online gambling got these apps for online sports betting because sports betting is fun and lots of people do it. And now are like, sinking money into things like video poker and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's no way to get that data because nobody's going to give us their new user data, but that is my theory.
It definitely helps. I mean, it can't hurt. So, and certainly, I mean, I think looking at the online data, resorts is a big one, and Golden Nugget actually does very well online as well. Yeah. So,
Golden Nugget with their live dealers. I think that's very popular, the live dealer blackjack.
It's very popular to look at them while you're smelling the wet dog smell walking in from the elevator, from the parking garage.
Yeah. It's an odd setup walking through there. And
it's very weird looking at it.
Little fishbowl.
It's
dealer fishbowl.
I think it's quite strange.
Yep. Is that it?
I think that's good for this episode. Is there anything you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No updates on the Vegas trip. Just still dates.
That hasn't been canceled yet.
No updates on Atlantic City in the last hour.
Yeah. So
we need to go. Well, I mean, we're talking about a month later or something like that. That's the hope.
It's the hope. Well, we'll let you can pick the date that works for you
and just go alone.
Yeah, and then we won't go.
Hey, whatever works.
Your schedule is more challenging than ours, I think.
Yeah. I should stop getting sick. My kids should stop getting sick. I should stop going to doctors, I think, is the bigger thing.
Anyway, if you want to reach out to us or any of our other listeners, you can do so at our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/2forwin. Find all of our amazing content at doforwin.com. You found our podcast. You can reach out to Craig at doforwin or me at Kyle Askin and send Craig questions at doforwin@gmail.com. Your personal account made an appearance by popular demand. I saw it. The people demanded that you like something with your personal account.
That's true.
You did it.
Yeah. Oh, because I was feeling very vindicated.
Yes, because it was when Adam posted something about Irish Pub, which is awful, by the way.
Travel Fanboy said that he... I don't know if I would say he was a fan, but he liked the Irish Pub. He appreciated it.
I don't want to say that he loved it, but I think he is changing his name to Irish Pub Fanboy.
I should change my name to Irish Pub Fanboy. That should be my personal account.
Clearly. I mean, you should check right now and see if that domain is available.
Irish Pub Fanboy. No results. Yes!
You did it. This is it. This is how we get the riches.
Seastone number 37, no more. Awesome. So I appreciated that so much that I liked it twice.
Yes.
As per Carl's
As
encouragement.
all good bots should do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I was really good, I would have liked it several thousand times.
Right.
With all of my Korean accounts or whatever they are.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for listening, and we will get you an episode in a week and a half or 2 weeks. No, that was a well struck ball. That was.
Why is it showing me? Oh no, it's showing me the greatest Oriole of all time, Dwight Smith Jr.
Yes.
Robbing a home run. Where's the video of this dong?
On theorioles.com.
I would like to see dong videos, please.
Yes, just type in dong video.
Siri,
Google.
Siri, show me